Guys, welcome to another edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to Market Marauders, it's an investment channel geared towards finding the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below, like, comment, and share. Also, down below, I have a link to my Patreon channel. So if you're interested in that, click on that link and join the community. So, diving into it, as the title said, should you invest in oil? If you've been following things going on in the news lately, oil prices have been going pretty crazy, pretty low. Everyone's oil is very cheap at the moment. So I'm just here to give you some of the top oil companies in case you guys wanted to invest. Just to point people in the right direction. For me personally, I think whatever's on sale in the market is always a good opportunity to buy. And oil to me is something that if it's low now, I think it'll recover. And bounce back. Oil is like a commodity to me, so I don't look at it as something like gold, for instance. Gold fluctuates based on politics and a lot of different things in the market. But oil to me is something if it goes down, it's going to come back up, and that is because we're never going to stop using oil anytime soon, in my opinion. There are plenty of gasoline engines out there. You need gasoline, oil. The whole world hasn't converted over to electric cars or even electric trucks. So until that happens, oil to me is always going to be a hot commodity and something that people are always going to use and always need. So I think if the price goes low and it continues to be low, that these companies will bounce back. After this whole market down situation, and come back and be back profitable again. And you got to think a lot of these companies are like multi-million and billion-dollar companies. So it's going to take a lot more, than this for them to go completely bankrupt. So just bear that in mind. These are the billion-dollar companies. It's not just, small, um, no-name companies. With that being said, jumping into the number one on here, I got ticker sign XOM for Exxon Mobil Corporation. The moving average 50 is 45.37. Moving average 200 is 62.52. And they ended today at 40.96. Going into some background information on them, it's basically just goes over just one of their press releases from their website. Basically just says ExxonMobil reduces 2020 capex by 30%, cash opex by 15%, maintaining long-term outlook. It's all public information on their website. You all can go read it. Just Googled it. This is an article from April the 7th. So yeah, it says capital investment in 2020 now expected to be about 23 billion, down from previously announced 33 billion. 50% increase in cash operation expenses is driven by deliberate action to increase efficiencies and reduce costs, and includes expected lower energy costs. So basically, they're trying to find ways to keep the business afloat amidst the pandemic situation, and that's what a lot of companies are doing, just trying to stay afloat. But these are large corporations, so I think they have a plan for what's happening. They're not really blindsided by this. Running situation, as well as the whole Russia and the Saudi situation. So they have a plan, seems to be, and they're executing that plan. So uh, you know that's just one company. Going into another one, we got ticker sign NBL for Noble Energy Incorporated. Their moving average 50 is $10.38. Moving average 200 is $18.77, and they're at $6.72 on today, which is the 21st of April. So just bear in mind when you watch this video, these are all prices based on 21st of April, and tomorrow the market will be open and these prices will be different. So just bear that in mind when you're watching the video. Going into some information on them, they said they have a webcast conference call on May 8th. So for you all who are new to investing, it's a good chance for you all to listen to how the company operates, and some of the things that are going on in the company, and everyone who's been investing for a while, you know what a conference call is. But basically, if you're new to it, this is the date. They got May 8th at 8 a.m. This is the time. You can call in. Usually they have like a web. Yeah, I think this is the web link. You can click on that link and then get into you know the it'll be like a little small presentation, but a lot of times these are very crucial because people usually ask questions um, that aren't going to be posted on the press release. So the questions that people ask during these calls, they don't publish. They just publish the financial information or just a recap of what they said. So there's a lot of extra information that comes in when listening to these. You don't need to be a part of the company or have any proof of investment in the company. You just need to go and sign up. When you usually on the link, you know, you'll click on it, and they'll ask you like what company you work for, your name and email address. That's really it, and you go directly into the portal. Calling in, it has the conference ID. Here's the call in number, international dial-in number, and here's the conference ID. So you just type that number in if you want to do for a phone conversation. For new investors, it's really good to try to listen to a conference call, especially if you're new to the stock and you're wanting to go investing. Um, and see what the company actually does, and what place they're in and how they're handling the whole growing situation, as well as politics of what's going on. And I think it's a good learning experience for new investors. It's better than just sitting back and just reading charts and looking at patterns and saying, oh, this is going to go up because some other situation. It's basically you're doing your due diligence by going and listening to these calls. So jumping into this next one. We can see that says Noble Energy takes proactive steps focused on liquidity and balance sheet strength. So this was released the 15th, so it's pretty recent. Reduce planet capital expenditures for 2020 by an additional 350 million, now a range from 800 to 900 million. As compared to original guidance, 2020 capital expenditures have been reduced 50% at the midpoint. Identified an additional 125 million in cash cost savings. Um, so basically, what they're saying is, kind of like Exxon, they're finding ways to cut costs just to save some money and help, ease the pain of what's going on. Um, very smart from the whole management team, and like I said, these companies have plans. It's not like they're blindsided about the things that are happening. They have ways that they're handling, their investments as well as keeping the company afloat. So going into another one, we have ticker sign CVX for Chevron Corporation. Their moving average 50 is 85.95. Moving average 200 is 108.62, and they ended today at 81.64. Going into some background information, this is just another virtual shareholder or virtual stockholders meeting. So you basically go in, similar to the other situation. They have a link. You just fill out the information, and it says it's on the 27th of May, 8 a.m. So just keep that in mind if you all want to go listen to that. It's also just on their website under press releases if you want to find that. Going into some more information from them, it says Chevron announces actions or response to market conditions. So this was back in March when this was published. Just going over some of the highlights. Reduces 2020 capital spending plan by $4 billion or 20%. Main production guidance reduced by 20%. Suspend share repurchases. Action protect the dividend. Priorities long-term value and support industry-leading balance sheets. So companies like Exxon and Chevron, they have dividends, and a lot of investors try to invest in the companies or have invested in them for a long time because of their dividends. So protecting the dividends is really important for a company. As far as value investing is concerned, because a lot of value investors hold these stocks because they have a dividend. Um, And so, the fact that they're saying, they're prioritizing the long-term value and actions to protect the dividend, basically means that they don't want to cut the dividend, which is a good thing, from a value investment point of view, and for someone who's like a long-term holder of this stock. Because dividends, if you've been saving for a long time, you have a lot of shares in the company. That means you have a lot more dividends, and you may have been using those dividends to repurchase more shares of the stock. So at this time, you may stop repurchasing shares of the stock, but you still be getting that dividend. So it's kind of a win for investors to hear that they're going to try to protect their dividend. So jumping into the last one, we got ticker sign APA. This is for Apache Corporation. Moving average 50 is 1403. Moving average 200 is 2148. And the end of the day at 857. So jumping into one of the articles from them. This came out the 20th, so this was yesterday. Basically says that supplementary quarterly information basically goes through some oil stuff. And it says May 7th is when they're going to have their call. So, on their website, you can click on this as well, and you can go check out May 7th is when they'll have their call. So, good luck to you all out there who are investing in the oil stocks. To me, I think, finding a really big company like Chevron or Exxon definitely, is good if you want to get into that sector. And not saying that these companies are too big to fail, but, you know, if you think about it, I don't see oil going anywhere. So, um, investing in oil to me, I think is a pretty smart move, especially if it's on sale. But I'm not telling you to invest in oil or telling you not to invest in oil. Just point you in a direction. I'm just a retail trader. These are all just opinions on the whole situation. So good luck to you all trading out there. Drop a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think of the whole oil crisis and whether you think it's a good or bad time to invest in oil. Good luck trading out there. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Like, comment, share. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.